1949, June 30th, 2018, 2 months before No Name McCain ends up getting the Gitmo treatment. And this was Anon that posted, please do not let No Name, which is McCain, off the hook. He is currently a disgrace to veterans across the great country and needs to be held accountable. And Q answers, thinks SCOTUS vote, the Supreme Court vote to confirm coming. No name action. That means McCain, there will be action. Every dog has its day. Enjoy the show. Then this is what happened. Of course, Bodie Crane posted this. Okay, pics were taken 1 week apart. Here he is with his boot on the right leg and then his boots on the left leg, and then he's got a dog. All right, so every dog has its day, because that's what this right here, every dog has its day. Enjoy the show. So there's the dog, there's McCain, and what happens 2 months later, August 25th, 2018. This was really interesting. They announced on the 24th that he had quote unquote passed away, and then on the 25th, like the morning of the 25th, they had an entire funeral arrangement set for him. It was like this it was like really a nice service, and which he doesn't really deserve that, because he's just like scum of the world, one of the scums of the world. But yeah, so he it was really interesting how that happened so quickly. Yeah. So that was the first sign. And then we have the Patriot pup. He trapped Baghdadi, that terrorist, remember? And that was caught in November or October of 2019. Yeah, his name is Conan. The hero dog that got hurt in ISIS leader raid. Well, actually, it should say ISIS leader takedown. So there's the pup again, using a dog. He did actually trap Baghdadi, and then that's how the military was able to go in there and capture him. And then, of course, Baghdadi had what was coming to him. And this was in October of 2019. Who ends up getting taken away from this earth? October of 2019, Elijah Cummings. He got Gitmoed as well. Then you have the criminal pedo China Biden, and here he is with his dog Major. And you know what's so funny too? You know what I find interesting? How is it that all of a sudden these people, these corrupt politicians, these corrupt people suddenly are showing pictures of their dogs? They never like showed dog photos on their Twitter feeds or Facebook feeds before, right? And all of a sudden they have these dogs, big dogs too. Yeah, there's basement just criminal sicko Biden, and then now he's got this boot. So let's take a look at this.
Mr. President-elect, how does your foot feel? How's your foot?
Good. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question. How many of you have injured your ankle before, right? It hurts like heck because all your body weight goes on there, especially a hairline fracture, or even if you had a twisted ankle, or if you had some ligaments that were torn, or a ganglion cyst, right? Anything like that. This is one thing you don't do. You don't start walking within 24 hours like that. It usually takes like days or weeks before you could start bearing any weight. Now watch this. And as he walks away, he's putting all that pressure. Look at heel toe. No, a person that has an injured ankle, they tippy toe. They don't walk like that with their heel hitting the ground first. That's a fake. So he's hiding. It is what we call an ankle monitor boot. Now, you remember just a couple months ago, and actually, well, almost, it's like a month and a half ago, Q4940 posted, booms en route tomorrow. This is not a drill, Q, and that was on the 21st of October, right? And then somebody answered, and Anon says, you magnificent Q. And then Q says, only the beginning, Padawan, only the beginning. They can no longer hide in the shadows. Big tech, big media, Democrat Party being exposed for all to see. What a quickie deaky. I'm toggling up. This all happened. This got posted, like 2 weeks before the election? Do you see this, guys? It's all a movie. Q had already scripted everything out. It is a brilliant plan. They're trying to get the people on the left to understand how corrupt that party is. Then, so we have big tech, big media, right? Dems party being exposed for all to see. So this happened. This was just announced yesterday. The FCC chairman, guys, FCC chairman, resign. They regulate major news broadcasts. I wonder if this dude Ajit Pai is going to Gitmo. Man, it is going to be like, it is definitely looking a lot like Gitmas coming up here. How is it that somebody from the FCC that has these major networks running and the FCC monitors them? So was this dude in bed with these crooked broadcast major networks so that they can continue pressing on this fake news? Yeah. And have you noticed President Trump's tweets are talking about suppression. Voter suppression is a felony. What are the broadcasts doing? That's what they're doing. They're suppressing the truth. They're suppressing. Again, voter suppression. If you lived in California, it was voting day. You're driving home from work, right? You're just like, okay, I'm going to go to a voting poll and I'm going to place my vote, and you're a Republican. And then you hear the news, they called California. You're thinking, well, why would they even go? Right? That's suppression. That's part of the suppression. That's what they were doing. So this tells me this dude is going down here. Then, remember, Jeff Zucker, he faces contract renewal in 2012, and his future with the network is in doubt. And then, with all of that going on, James O'Keefe with Project Veritas, the investigative reporter, does some awesome findings. He's doing another investigative report, and he talks to Jeff Zucker. And Jeff Zucker just totally disses him, just totally gets out of the conversation. This is what happens. So check.
Washington.
You're unmuted.
Hey, Jeff Zucker, you there? Hey,
Yes.
This is James O'Keefe. We've been listening to your CNN calls for basically 2 months, recording everything. Just wanted to ask you some questions if you have a minute. Do you still feel you're the most trusted name in news? Because I have to say, from what I've been hearing on these phone calls, I don't know about that. I mean, we got a lot of recordings that indicate you're not really that independent of a journalist.
Okay. Thank you for your comments. So everybody, in light of that, I think what we'll do is we'll set up a new system, and we'll be back with you. We'll do the rest of the call a little bit later.
We're going to release those recordings today at 7 o'clock. So stay tuned. It's going to be fun.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
So you just heard me talk to the president of CNN, Jeff Zucker, and inform him that that we are going to release a number of recordings today. I unmuted myself into the conference line, and they're still on there. They're listening to me right now.
Jeff Zucker, president of CNN, explains to his editorial team on the 9 a.m. call that we recorded that they should, quote, lean in to not normalizing Trump's erratic behavior. Listen to this.
Okay, I just want to reemphasize that, I think we cannot normalize what has happened here in the last week with Trump and his behavior. And I go back to what David Chalian said, that this is a president who knows he's losing, who knows he's in trouble, is sick, maybe is on the after effects of steroids or not, I don't know, but he is acting erratically and desperately, and we need to not normalize that. This is what we've come to expect for the last 3.5 years, 4 years, but it clearly is exacerbated by the time that we're in and the issues that he's dealing with. And I think that we cannot just let it be normalized. He is all over the place and acting erratically, and I think we need to lean into that.
The Trump media, moves immediately from, okay, well, never mind that unmasking was, found to be completely nonsensical, to the latest alleged scandal, and expects everybody to just follow suit. So I don't think that we should be repeating unsubstantiated smears just because the right-wing media suggests that we should. Frankly, if we've made any mistake, it's that our banners have been too polite, and we need to go well after Lindsey Graham.
This out. That dude is the CEO of CNN. He sounds desperate, insecure. totally lacks confidence. And you know, I mean, my gosh, he's like having a coronary attack, guys. This guy is scared. He knows they're set. Look, they're targeting specific things and they're feeding their staff. This is the guy that leads CNN. He's feeding his staff with this kind of garbage. Are very, 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 very desperate right now. And they're passing the buck on to President Trump and his supporters. That's what a desperate criminal sounds like. Jeff Zucker's got some criminal codes to his name, according to this information right here. Then at Chad Cox posted this. Note what Lincoln did to the evil press of his day. Check this out. In citing Article 1 of the Constitution, President Lincoln, he argued that ours is a case of rebellion, in fact, a clear, flagrant, and gigantic case of rebellion. Then he ordered his presidential orders. Lincoln ordered hundreds of northern newspapers that spoke against him to be shut down and their owners and editors arrested. Lincoln ordered the arrest of Ohio Congressman Clement Vallandigham for the crime of speaking out against him. Chief Justice of the U.S. Roger Taney ruled that Lincoln has violated the U.S. Constitution when he illegally suspended the writ of habeas corpus. Lincoln ordered the arrest of thousands in Maryland for the crime of suspected Southern sympathies, including ordering the arrest of U.S. Congressman Henry May from Maryland. These people were arrested and held in military prisons without trial, some of them for years. Do you see all of this kind of coming full circle right now, guys? Do you see all of this happening? And then General Flynn. Boy, I'm so happy, General Flynn, that you are, oh my gosh, that you're just able to go out and express yourself. And General Flynn posted this: freedom never kneels except for God. Gosh, I just love his post. Press release, We the People Convention. We the People Convention calls for president to invoke limited martial law to hold new election. In full page Washington Times ad, if legislators, courts, and Congress do not follow the Constitution. Again, guys, see everything falling back to the Constitution. Now, this is there's some message that I will share with you at the end of this broadcast about from our angel Anon as well. Then this news came out. Now, I did the 17 with a bunch of squirrels here, but I was replying to We the Inevitable. And this is what he just posted. Some Pete's about to go to jail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I wonder which 6 people are going to jail first that we are going to be able to witness and see, right? Guys, because it's about to get really, really, really juicy, really bumpy. It's going to be bumpy in that they're going to try to distract. So I'm going to just share this. A lot of people are dropping a lot of news about Obama and about Gina Haspel, and they're dropping news about Barr, and I'm going to share this with you, guys. They are the news right now. They're trying to derail us from our goal. Man, we are looking at greatness right in the eyeballs, and they're trying to let us look over here somewhere else because something big is going to break. Very big, very, very big, guys. Lots of things, all right? Remember that Q post Q4940 about everything is going to go down. That's what they're going to try to derail and distract, and they're going to make President Trump and his supporters, they're going to trash us. They're going to trash President Trump. Just stay focused. So if I'm not replying to the Obama news, the Gina Haspel news, I'm not able to verify Gina Haspel news. Right now, my job is to kind of get focused on what we have going forward, and also with the Barr news and the fraud. Okay, guys, we all know they're frauds. We know they're scumolas. We know Brian Kemp, Raffensperger, and all that whole those stooges, they're all criminals. We know Arizona, all those battleground states and the ones that have certified have just recommitted fraud again. Now, so they're going to go ahead and distract because some big things are happening and they want us to be looking somewhere else. And no, we have to stay on point. Okay, please, that's all I ask from you. I'm trying to stay laser focused right now because I'm just looking at how are we getting closer to the end line, the goal, the end zone, right? Remember our football field? Okay, we got the pedo gate out of the way. We still got to get the Obama gate out. the fake news gate that we also have in here, election fraud thug gate, those varmints. But this is what we are going to focus on, is the greatness. You can't play a sport and look at the other side, because here is the media and here's all the dirty Dems and everybody just spitting stories, and they're throwing garbage news, guys. I'm going to say the thing about the Obama news. I mean, yeah, you know what? It's ironic how it comes up when all of this is going on, right? Guys, but the Obama news is going to come out on its own. It's only coming from one source. So I'm just going to say this. I know that, I have been told that they've all been Gitmo'd. So that's old news. Let's keep our eyes on the greatness plan, please. The Gina Haspel news. There's like 3 different stories about Gina Haspel. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm going to wait until it comes out in the real news, and then I'll share it. Again, I'd rather go ahead and share what's been verified than to go ahead and be the first. Now, I'm not going to look here. If we're racing to the goal, not racing, but if we're going to go ahead and march all the way to greatness, we got to look this way, guys, please. And at Dury Williams just nailed it. Thank you. It's like the enormity of what is coming will shock the world. Pray, Q. Guys, that is very true. It is going to shock the world. It's even going to shock you. Even though you know you're red-pilled, it's still going to shock you. It's going to shock me, guys. And when I'm shocked, you're all going to be shocked too. You know that. So it's going to shake the world. It's really going to rock the world. But just please be prepared, because I'm going to just say this. Our president tweeted this yesterday. Thank you. He was actually responding to an anon who was saying, who was talking complimentary things about President Trump. And he wrote, thank you. A lot of senators and House members are very happy that I came along. Think I'll stick around for a while. Guys, that's a big message, right? It's huge, because our boss is saying he's not going anywhere. He'll be a resident at the People's House for quite a few terms, all right? So, I want to also talk about uniting, guys. I have found, like in the last 24 hours, some people are even trying to distract me by sharing some garbage tweets and everything. I'm not even reading them anymore, all right? I'm not going into the drama. I got to stay focused. Same thing with you. But what I've noticed in the last 24 hours, those that we all hang out together on Twitter, I'm going to say this. You guys are rocking it, all right? You guys are out there. You're sharing truth bombs. You're tweeting like crazy, and you're defending our boss, and you're defending Trump supporters and Lynn Wood and Sidney Powell, and I absolutely love it. And so I just want to go ahead and introduce this video in here. It's from A17 Time, and it is an entire speech about unity, fighting and unity, from President Kennedy. It is beautiful. So if you have a time, go ahead and click on this, please. But guys, do know the White Hats are completely in control. Our Angel Anon updates, our president is completely safe. White Hats are in full control of everything. Don't pay attention to the negative news, the distraction news. If you have news like what's going on with AG Barr, what's going on with this, I'll give you a direct answer. And my direct answer just came out today, all right? Everything is going according to plans and plan of the White Hats, okay? Remember to get stocked. That's what he did say. Just remember to stay stocked, to get stocked. What is going to happen? I don't know. He cannot share enough, some of that information with me, which I completely understand. It's going to get really shaky. It's going to get really bumpy, but it's going to be bumpy for the good, guys. It's going to be great. All right. So have a beautiful evening. I will have a broadcast tomorrow. Aloha.